Good day to everyone joining us, and welcome to today's X Talks webinar. Today's talk is entitled Formulating for Gut Health with Hemp Fiber Crisps. My name is Sydney Perlmutter, and I'll be your X Talks host for today. Today's webinar will run for approximately 60 minutes. This presentation includes a Q&A session with our speakers. This webinar is designed to be interactive, and webinars work best when you're involved, so please feel free to submit questions and comments for our speakers throughout the presentation using the questions chat box, and we'll try to attend to your questions during the Q&A session. This chat box is located in the control panel on the right-hand side of your screen. If you require any assistance, please contact me at any time by sending a message using this chat panel. At this time, all participants are in listen-only mode. Please note that this event will be recorded and made available for streaming on xtalks.com. At this point, I'd like to thank PGP International, who developed the content for this presentation. PGPI is part of ABF Ingredients and is headquartered in Woodland, California, with 2 manufacturing sites across the USA. PGPI specializes in developing and manufacturing a wide range of extruded ingredients including rice, specialty grain, and plant protein crisps, as well as milling and assortment of high-quality rice-based flours and gluten-free specialty flours. PGPI has global food safety certification through BRC, gluten-free certification through GFCO, and organic certification through QIA. ABFI is a division of Associated British Foods plc. A specialty ingredients world leader, ABFI offers innovative, differentiated, and value-added products and services to the food, health and nutrition, pharmaceutical, animal health, and industrial sectors. And now I'd like to introduce our speakers for today's event. Miranda Ackerman is an experienced marketing and product innovation professional with over 15 years experience of full cycle marketing and product development in CPG for food and beverage. She has had experience working with most multinational grocery retailers as well as commodity and ingredient sales and marketing globally. From innovative branded product offerings to private brand product launches and custom ingredients to functional foods, Miranda consistently contributes to company, category, and consumer marketing growth. From ideation to execution and all the steps along the process, Miranda's rare combination of product marketing experience has allowed her to succeed in driving innovation that delivers profitable sales growth. She is a strategic problem solver who truly enjoys bringing new and innovative products to market. Alina Slotnick is a business builder who achieves exceptional results through strategic leadership of marketing and sales, enhancing customer engagement and developing high-performing teams. She has over 15 years of leadership experience in global multi-channel marketing, sales management, product commercialization, strategic and tactical planning, and business development in the health and nutrition industries. Alina consistently delivers exceptional business performance and drives growth and is an expert in analyzing customer bases, competitive intelligence, and industry trends to drive customer engagement that grows sales and bolsters profitability. Kevin Andrews is a highly accomplished food industry professional with over 25 years of experience in business development and sales. His expertise lies in working with cross-functional teams to launch innovative products in the retail and food service space. Kevin began his career as a food technologist and soon after transitioned to a national sales manager. Kevin has extensive experience driving growth in snacks with dairy-based seasoning blends and processed cheese products, as well as with the flavor industry, where he was able to effectively develop strategies with savory, sweet, and color applications. Today, Kevin serves as Senior Business Development Manager at PGP International, where he is responsible for driving growth and profitability with extruded products. He is recognized for his leadership and ability to work strategically with his customer base. And now, without further ado, I'd like to hand the presentation over to our first speaker. So, Miranda, you may begin when ready.
Sydney, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. We would like to get started with our presentation. Let me hide this, please. Okay. All right. So formulating for gut health with Hemp Fiber Crisps. Today we're going to give you some updates and some statistics on the fiber gap and the opportunity, and then Alina's going to give us some information specifically about BioHemp, the bioactives that this product provides, as well as some further education on the different sources of fiber, and then Kevin will give us a complete update of opportunities in the snack bar category for fiber inclusion and how the BioHemp Fiber Crisp may help you meet your sales goals. So some of the consumer insights and the fiber trends that we found interesting as we're developing this product. As Sydney mentioned, I have the significant background in dried fruit and nuts and snacks. So fiber and the fiber opportunity has been something that's been very interesting to me. And we continue to see a huge opportunity for brands and products to target to consumers who are looking for health and wellness items. So let's get into that. As we mentioned, fiber continues to take center stage as gut health grows in popularity. Over 50% of consumers who are looking for health and wellness choices in their purchases are motivated by items like daily fiber intake, and that's becoming more top of mind for those consumers who are typically your target consumers. So we really see that by innovating with our BioHemp fiber, this is an opportunity for you to create products that your consumers are looking for. Yeah, 3 out of 4 health conscious consumers believe that gut health is an important benefit, and that's where fiber is able to help you market and capture that opportunity. So this is a key piece that really stands out to PGP, is that there still continues to be a global fiber deficit. While familiarity and perceived effectiveness is high, most consumers don't get enough fiber in their diets. As we can see from this information that we pulled together, the recommended daily intake for the US is well over 35 grams. But even in France, Germany, and globally, you can see that the recommended fiber intake for consumers is significantly higher than what consumers are actually being able to get into their daily diet. And as you can see, almost across all global platforms, the fiber gap between women and men is still pretty significant. And we know that women tend to be focused more in the health and wellness. They want to look at products that promote satiety. So this continues to show that there is a huge opportunity for brands and products to bring higher fiber applications into their snacks. So what does that mean as far as a profitability opportunity for brands and companies? Sales of high fiber products command strong growth, and further adoption will grow the US market up to $12 billion category. We're seeing that products with higher fiber inclusion rates, where we would say 6 grams plus, are really driving the category. Sales of high fiber items by department. In grocery, it's over 6 billion, growing at an 8.6% rate. In frozen, higher fiber items are a significant stake at 1.8 billion and growing at 1.4%. And even in the refrigerated space, that higher fiber inclusion is driving that category growth. So what does that mean? If more US consumers reach that high fiber product and close that fiber gap, we expect the market could nearly double to 12.3 billion. So some of the additional claims that we've seen in the snack bar space, gluten-free continues to be one of the highest call outs as far as launches over the last 5 years. But where you see here, the highest source of fiber is the number 2 and continuing to grow. It's outpacing the claim of high source of protein in a snack bar space, as well as no additives, organic, whole grain. What we like to see is that the BioHemp Fiber Crisp hits all of these top claims. Not only is it gluten-free, it is a high source of fiber, and can be formulated to include protein if that's something that we may want to do down the line. Over 40% of snack bar launches are made with a fiber claim over the last 5 years, and we're seeing that continue to grow. And then over 24% of snack bar launches are calling out no preservatives, and that is also where the BioHemp Crisp supports, as it is a natural fiber source. Some other top claims that we've been seeing in the snack bar space: non-GMO or GMO-free, kosher, vegan, plant-based. Again, those are all call outs and claims that the BioHemp Fiber Crisp can support. And some additional information that we've seen as far as kind of the secondary launches in key categories. We've seen some declines in sort of the low sodium or the grains, but what we found is interesting is nuts and seeds continues to grow, but we're really seeing more of a growth in the botanical ingredients and the nutraceutical and functional ingredients. And again, that's where the BioHemp Fiber Crisp helps and supports those growth categories. So to share some additional trends with the group here as far as what's really driving new products and new product launches, where we really feel that the BioHemp Fiber Crisp helps and hits is with the plant-based, the canvas for innovation, as the product is made from upcycled hemp hulls and rice. This really fits in this plant-based canvas. It is a product that supports gut glory. And as we know, the microbiome has the potential to be a game changer in how consumers manage their health. With advancing knowledge about fiber, probiotics, and that gut-brain function, this is really where we feel the BioHemp Fiber Crisp can help your products capture that gut glory space, as well as upcycling redefined. We're pretty excited that this product is made from upcycled ingredients, and that's something that we're happy to build as part of our sustainability portfolio. So now I'd like to pass it over to Alina, who's going to give us some more information about the fibers and the bioactives that are in our BioHemp Fiber Crisp.
Thanks so much, Miranda. And thanks so much for sharing such a useful foundation about the use of fiber and the remaining and active need for fiber fortification in the diet and in the opportunity in bars. Where I want to take the conversation now is to talk about the different kinds of fibers that are being used in bars and why the fiber source that drives the BioHemp Fiber Crisp is a novel, beneficial, and unique solution within that fiber space and offers unique differentiation to the products that would contain it. Also to talk about the characteristics of the BioGut fiber that's included in the crisp, talking about not only the fiber content, but the bioactives that are contained within it, the nutritional benefits and the functional benefits that they offer. And last but not least, really focusing on how to translate not just the fiber content, but the bioactives to the finished product. Next slide, please.
Really what we're talking about now is not just having fiber, but formulating with fiber and how that helps finished products stand out. The key difference here, and what we're going to start talking more about, is the difference between insoluble and soluble fibers. I'm not sure whether many in the audience are familiar with the different types of fibers that are used in food products. But a large part of the bar market today actually features mostly soluble fibers. And we think that there is an underexplored opportunity to think about and be able to leverage the BioHemp Fiber Crisp to include insoluble fiber and its unique benefits in formulations. And with that, I wanted to ask a poll of our audience. We want to know, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Alina. Yes, we would like to know what types of fibers are you currently using? So please select one of the following: inulin, chicory root, pea fiber, whole grains, or other plant-based. That question again for you is, what types of fibers are you currently using? Inulin, chicory root, pea fiber, whole grains, or other plant-based. So I see that a majority of our audience has voted. Thank you very much for voting. I'm going to close the poll and display those results. So we have a fairly even split between all of our answers. 8% for inulin, 8% for chicory root, 8% for pea fiber, then we have 50%, 50 for whole grains, and then 25% for other plant-based. So thank you again to our audience for voting. Alina, back to you.
Thank you. And I think that I'd like to credit our audience for having a broader and seemingly a more sophisticated approach to fiber use. It may be interesting for our audience to know that the top 3 fibers that are used in bars, in the bar category, looking at product launches in the last 5 years, are actually all soluble fibers. So I think it's really valuable that our audience is already thinking kind of outside the box, if you will, on that. What also may be useful to the audience here is to know that there is actually a brand new paper that was just published in the journal Nutrients, written by a world-renowned expert in gut health and a renowned fiber authority, Joanne Slavin, from the University of Minnesota, that really highlights and explains the unique gut health benefits and bioactives in insoluble fibers. And it's really useful to know that there are a lot of desirable bioactives, many that you see here in the second bullet. They're bioactives that are typically associated actually not with insoluble fiber, but they actually are contained in fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, and seeds that contain insoluble dietary fiber. And I think many times what happens in the ingredient supply chain is that those bioactives are extracted and the insoluble fiber that contains them is actually left behind. And one of the things that makes the fiber source in the BioHemp Fiber Crisp unique is that it contains both the insoluble fiber and these highly valued bioactives. What's also really important is to know that a lot of the bioactives and the insoluble fiber is actually contained in parts of the plant that are typically underutilized and thrown away, like the hulls in the particular case of the BioHemp Fiber Crisp. And what we've learned through consumer research is actually the consumers are really interested in advocating for utilizing these more bioactive rich and underutilized sources of nutritional value. And it's been shown through consumer research that the addition of these ingredients actually improves consumer acceptance of food products. So with this slide, we'll also make available a link to the paper so you guys can check that out for yourselves. Next slide, please. So you may be wondering how the bioactives and this interesting insoluble hemp fiber was found. And it was actually found using Brightseed's unique discovery platform called Forager. Are we okay? Oop. Are we good? And this this platform is an AI-driven discovery platform that allows us to genetically profile natural substances and use a proprietary database of human health to determine the likely health benefits of those bioactives. And that match is made using the mechanism of action. And one of the first discoveries of this Forager platform was actually the bioactives that drive the bioactive rich hemp fiber that drives biohemp fiber crisp. And it was found turning our sights on a known mechanism of action of HNF4 alpha. The HNF4 alpha receptor is actually abundantly present in the gut, and data shows that it's really important in the action of the gut lining and in gut lining integrity as part of gut health. And so through focusing on finding the bioactives that impact HNF4 alpha, we discovered NCT and NFT. Then Forager was able to predict their likely impact on gut health and the gut lining, as well as profile and identify that the most abundant natural source from which to derive these unique bioactives was hemp hulls, a really unlikely and often overlooked source. Next slide, please. So with that, we'd like to introduce you to the unique fiber that drives the biohemp fiber crisp, and the fiber is called biogut fiber. And what makes it unique are several things. It is an insoluble fiber, as we talked about, which promotes regularity and is a dietary fiber source that is quite concentrated. So about 70% of its content is dietary fiber. It also contains two unique bioactives, NCT and NFT for short. And those bioactives are present in significant concentration in the biogut fiber. So for every 20 milligrams of NCT and NFT, come in about a 4-gram quantity of the finished fiber. So you can tell that there is a meaningful amount of the bioactives with every serving of the fiber. The other interesting fact about these bioactives is that we tested over 25 typical fiber sources and confirmed that there is not a detectable amount of NCT and NFT in any other one. So these bioactives that again act on the gut barrier are uniquely present in biogut fiber and uniquely delivered by biohemp fiber crisp. As we talked about, it's important that these bioactives in this fiber source actually come from an upcycled ingredient, the hemp hulls. And not only is it upcycled, it's upcycled certified. So we think that that is very aligned with clean label finished products and will help your products stand out, as Miranda talked about in the trends. Next slide, please. So we wanted to talk about how these bioactives act on the gut. It's important to understand that these bioactives, these unique bioactives, NCT and NFT, act in a way that is distinct to, but complementary with, the way that fiber typically behaves in the gut. These bioactives actually act on gut barrier. And the way we believe that to happen is that they actually tighten junctions in the gut lining to improve gut barrier integrity. And we tested this in an in vitro human cell model of the gut. And this is the results from that study. And what you'll see is that it shows that with the application of these bioactives, the gut lining, or the permeability, which is another word for sometimes people use leaky gut as a way to describe this effect. So the permeability or leaky gut was reduced with the application of NCT-NFT, and this experiment uniquely showed that the function of the gut lining was actually normalized. And we think that that's a really unexpected but very positive impact on overall gut health. Next slide, please. So these bioactives act as a complement to the unique fiber content, and we think that BioHemp fiber crisps really have the profile that's highly aligned with the most active consumers of functional food and beverage. Our consumer testing indicates that this type of consumer, which we affectionately call the bioactivist, is really looking for bioactives on the label. And with the BioHemp Fiber Crisp, we're able to not only deliver claims and messaging around the dietary fiber that's part of this crisp and ingredient, we actually can also talk about the bioactives that are contained in the BioHemp Fiber Crisp. So both of those messages are highly resonant with these consumers. And we actually believe that they will pay more, and our research indicates that they will pay more for seeing these bioactives on label and in product. So by using the BioHemp Fiber Crisp, you're really delivering on multiple levels of what consumers want, what they need in terms of the high quality nutritious fiber, and what they're looking for in terms of the added bioactives or the featured bioactives in their products. And with that, I will pass it to Kevin to talk about how we formulate with the BioHemp Fiber Crisp.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Miranda and Alina, for the details on trends and the biogut fiber with bioactives. What we're going to look at in this section is the BioHemp Fiber Crisp itself, along with some applications and applications for nutrition bars and other products. But we're going to start with some consumer preferences regarding fiber. Here we're looking at the priorities of consumers from the past 5 years, ending in the end of 2022. And you can see that in consumer produced goods, gut claim is #1, and it lands just under weight loss as a sought after benefit. This is the primary aim for these types of consumers. Over half of these consumers seek out digestive health improvement, and this is supported with actual consumer demand for products that feature high fiber, and it also shows sales increases of 12% in this time period. And of course, sales are important for growing business. In the next slide here, we're looking at fiber as the #1 claim in cereal and nutritional bar purchases, and that 95% of the US consumers do not meet their daily fiber recommendation. So the BioHemp Fiber Crisp is a great product to use for this growth category. Here, gut health is considered very important by a majority of consumers, and it is supported by the fact that 75% of consumers consider fiber is an effective health ingredient. Also, the crisp, and why we've partnered with Brightseed, is the bioactives in the biogut fiber. We've incorporated the biogut fiber, which contain the bioactives, into our crisp, which is also made with rice flour. So very clean ingredient deck, and just 2 ingredients the biogut fiber and rice flour, just to clarify that. Where there are large percent of consumers interested in increasing their intake of bioactives, and that they would pay more for the bioactive ingredients. The consumer's value is there, obviously, in regards of utilizing the biogut fiber. Also, consider that hemp hulls are an upcycled ingredient, which consumers feel strongly about utilizing our resources in that respect with upcycled ingredients. And also the fact that biogut is minimally processed with no added ingredients, flavors, or colors. As well, hemp has a growing perception as a superfood. Let's talk a little bit more about the biogut fiber. Our hemp fiber crisp has 20% insoluble, non-fermentable fiber in the crisp, and this qualifies for an excellent source of fiber. The benefits, which are kind of obvious but need to be stated, is the reduction of digestive discomfort, which is important, the feeling of general well-being, and it supports gut health. Overall, we're seeing those trends in a lot of the trade shows, as well as gut health support. As well, this contains the bioactives that we've been discussing in the previous sections. This brings us to the three main values for the customer. So from the nutritional aspect, the keys are fiber and bioactives. And to note, this crisp is also gluten-free and non-GMO. From the sustainable aspect, this is a plant-based, it is a plant-based crisp made with upcycled ingredients and produced in the US. And then from the technical aspect, the crisp can be used in multiple applications, and it has enhanced textural profile, a clean flavor, along with visual differentiation. All of these are in the top preferences of consumer-driven purchases. This slide here shows that even in a flat growth economy, which is in this time frame, preference in types of bars consumed shows growth in quote unquote healthy types of bars and lifestyle changes. I think this supports the other information in the presentation around the want for more fiber in the diet. And this particular chart shows a 25% increase in these types of healthful cereal and nutritional bar products. Now this slide outlines how important and top of mind fiber is in the consumer decision making. So the claims influencing the purchasing decision, you can see the fiber claims are right behind protein claims. And we all know how important protein is in the market, but we can definitely visualize how important fiber is to the consumers. And what this shows too is that what's important in a healthy snack for the consumer is the high source of fiber. And now you can decide more what types of fiber, and we have an alternate source of fiber here with the BioHemp Fiber Crisp with the insoluble non-fermentable fiber incorporated in this crisp. Okay, now next slide. So this is just some examples, an example slide showing on the left products that are out in the market now promoting digestive aid, a happy digestive system, to prebiotics in the middle product, the peanutty dark chocolate superfood prebiotic bar, and then probiotics on the right. So you can see these are examples that all promote gut health. From the plant-based and vegan side, these are examples that really show in these types of bars where a BioHemp Fiber Crisp could fit into all of these categories in this slide and on the past slide. Now here we have a quick outline of the most common bars in 8 categories. So you can see that the BioHemp Fiber Crisp could be developed and formulated into all of these applications in a valuable format that would promote gut health. The protein bar is number 1. And if you remember, high fiber is second regarding the high source of fiber that consumers are actually looking for. And in this slide, that outlines the textural claims where the bio hemp fiber crisp fits nicely into 4 out of these 6 categories. Moving to the certifications that we have, this crisp specifically is non-GMO, project verified, gluten-free certified, kosher, and halal. We have other options that we could open up for this, but this is our standard format currently. As well, PGP has these additional certifications that do support high quality product performance across the board for all of our products. The next slide here is a quick look at PGP's portfolio, where we are basic in rice, soy, and pea crisps, but we've also developed other types of protein-based crisps and other grain crisps that support customer innovation and differentiation in the market. And we can talk more about those in different applications, but to really finish up here from an outline of some of the technical information, this product is, just to comment, is used in cereals, snack mixes, nutritional bars, and confectionery applications primarily. But this is a small oval crisp that has a mild nutty flavor, has 20% insoluble and non-fermentable fiber. So we do want you, the audience, to know that we do have this in small and large packages. This is produced in Woodland, California. And as the interest arises, please reach out to us for samples, technical information, so we can help you get started in your formulations and answer any questions you may have. So that wraps it up for my segment, and I think we've got some time to open up for questions and answers.
All right, thank you very much for that insightful presentation. Kevin, you are right. It is now time for the Q&A. So I'd like to invite our audience to continue sending in their questions or comments right now using the questions window for the Q&A portion of the webinar. I've already received a few questions, so I will go ahead and start with those. So our first question is, can this product be marketed as being made from upcycled ingredients? And I believe I heard the answer somewhere in this presentation.
Yes, so the biogut fiber itself is certified as an upcycled ingredient. The crisp does not have that certification. And part of the reasoning for that is rice is not an upcycled ingredient, but we do have options and alternatives to combine the biogut fiber into a possible fully upcycled crisp product.
Thank you, Kevin. Another audience member would like to know, what is the key difference in the biogut fiber and other current insoluble fibers?
So the key difference is actually the presence of these unique bioactives, NCT and NFT. These 2 bioactives, which act on gut barrier and enhance gut barrier integrity, act differently from, but in a way that's a complement to the dietary fiber impact on regularity and digestion. These 2 bioactives are uniquely present in this insoluble fiber. We've tested over 25 different fiber sources, including soluble and insoluble fibers, and there is no detectable amount of NCT, NFT in those other sources. So the bioactives that are present in biogut fiber and therefore also in the biohemp fiber crisp are unique to this ingredient and this crisp.
All right, thanks, Alina. Our next question, is this suitable to use in dairy products?
Yes, the crisp can be used in dairy products. It would be used essentially for a topper for a type of a yogurt or ice cream type, if that answers the question as far as an ingredient in a ice cream or yogurt matrix itself that would have to be developed by the customer to see how it worked in that application. These crisps are traditionally used in the nutritional bar, clusters, and confectionery type applications.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Another audience member would like to know, can we work with PGP to modify a product that fits our unique needs?
Yes, we do have the ability to do that. We do have an innovation department that we can work with you on that, and we have some resources for some application development.
Wonderful, thank you. Our next question, is anything known about the impact of biogut fiber on microbiome?
I'm glad that was asked. We actually have a data that will be published very soon on the microbiome impact of the bioactives and of biogut fiber, which is contained in the BioHemp fiber crisp. We're looking forward to sharing that data, which will show the impact, the positive impact that the ingredient has on the microbiome. We encourage audience members who are interested in that data to reach out to Kevin and to the PGP team, where we can share that data individually.
Thanks, Alina. Another audience member would like to know, what additional studies may be ongoing to support biogut fiber?
In addition to the microbiome work, which is going to be published soon in the paper that was just published on insoluble fiber, we have several human clinical trials ongoing with biogut fiber that we expect to have data in early 2024.
Great, thank you. I believe our last question, are the bioactives in the BioHemp fiber crisps unique?
They are unique. They are not only unique to this fiber source, so the bioactives NCT and NFT were not well characterized or understood before. They were discovered by Brightseed's platform forager and were studied by Brightseed to confirm the health effects and the health benefits. These bioactives do occur in other plant sources, but not in the abundance or the concentration that they do in hemp hulls. So they are unique to, they are a unique set of bioactives for the benefit of gut health. They are unique to the hemp hull fiber, and they are unique to BioHemp fiber crisp.
All right, thank you. And thank you very much for those answers. We've reached the end of the question and answer portion of this webinar. If we couldn't attend to your questions, the team at PGPI may follow up with you, or if you have any further questions, please direct them to the email addresses on your screen. Thank you everyone for participating in today's webinar. You'll be receiving a follow-up email from X Talks with access to the recorded archive for this event. Also, a survey window will be popping up on your screen, and your participation is appreciated as it will help us to improve our webinars. Additionally, there is a link that I'm about to send in the chat to view the recording of this event, which you can also share with your colleagues so they may register for the recording as well. Now, please join us in thanking our speakers, Miranda Ackerman, Alina Slotnick, and Kevin Andrews. We hope you found this webinar informative. Have a great day, everyone.